trusty old VTX 1300 to talk to you guys about a sport bike, but here we are. Back in 2021, my buddy got an RSV4 1100. So much torque, so much power, so maneuverable, flickable, light. He let me ride that a few times and I really got the bug. I really wanted to get a sport bike. So I made up my mind, I'm going to get a Super Sport. So the process started. I did a lot of research, things such as availability of parts, dealerships, reliability, with reliability being at the top of the list. And the reason I got to the Gixxer was mostly for the mid-range torque as compared to, say, a ZX-10R or a CBR 1000RR. So that brings it down to the 2023 RSV4 1100 and the 2023 Gixxer 1000R. The Gixxer was $18,199 on the list price, and the RSV4 was $18,999, $800 more. The nearest Aprilia dealer is 2 hours away from where I live, and they wouldn't budge on the price. It was list price or nothing. And then I saw a dealership that had this ad. That's like almost $3,000 off. So I'm like, okay, that's it, I'm pulling the trigger. So I decided to go ahead, get the Gixxer valve. Both my buddy and I got our first 600 mile service at the dealership. That's where they changed the oil, tightened up a few bolts. When it came to the second and third oil changes for me on the Gixxer, I decided to do them myself. One of the cool things about the Gixxer is that it has a rare earth magnet in the oil drain plug, so it can pull the metal out of the oil and not recirculate it through the engine. When I checked the drain plug, it had just a little bit of powder, it was just like paste. It was like you couldn't even feel it. You just wipe it on a piece of paper towel and it just left a little gray streak. Now when we go to change my buddy's RSV4 oil, I'm going to show you a horrifying picture. When we looked at the drain plug magnet, it was just covered with chunks and strips of metal. We're guessing that it's ring material, maybe. We just don't know. And the odd thing is that the RSV4 performed normally. You'd think that if the rings were chewed up, that it would have a major loss of power, but it ran normally. The only clue that I got when I was going back through some older footage was I inadvertently got a shot on my 360 cam. When I pulled away from a stop, there was a puff of smoke. You know, it looked like oil smoke. Long story short, my buddy ended up selling the bike as is to an auction house at a substantial loss. He wasn't easy on the bike, but you're not really supposed to be that easy on a sport bike. We even did that oil change ahead of schedule. The bike was only at 7,000 miles. Is this a rare occurrence with Aprilia, or are there any other stories out there that are similar? I'm really glad I bought the Gixxer. Yeah, I'm happy to report the Gixxer is perfect. Engine is amazing, unbelievable torque for an inline 4 liter bike. The exhaust is kind of ugly. I got an idea for an exhaust upgrade that's going to be a little bit unorthodox, but really cool, so stay tuned. The trailer hitch out back. I got a tail tidy for that ready to go on. And again, no major problems. More stuff coming on the VTX, so until next time.
Hey, Gixxer boy.
Yeah.
Thanks for getting my hopes up, then smashing all my dreams to pieces.
No problem.